Facts First presents. Homeless man goes to the hospital and the staff quickly realizes that he's not alone. People who work in hospitals have difficult jobs. They deal with unruly patients, sick patients of course, and they even watch people die on a daily basis. Well, with this being so emotionally and physically draining, it's a relief to these workers when they can experience some joy while they're at work. Well, a Brazilian nurse named Chris Mamprim was able to experience one of these moments when a homeless man came to the hospital. We'll tell you the story in just a moment. First, help us spread the word about Facts First by clicking that like button. And also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. The scene unfolded at Hospital Regional Alto Vale in Santa Catarina, Brazil. It was about 3 a.m. when Chris was working her shift and doing her nightly rounds. And it was then that a man named Caesar was admitted to get medication for an illness that he'd been fighting off for a while. For Chris, this wasn't too shocking. The homeless population in Santa Catarina seemed to be growing more every year, and Chris treated them often. It was the visitors who arrived at the hospital to see Caesar that amazed her. Chris looked by the door and saw a group of 4 dogs waiting. They didn't seem too excited, and they didn't try to get inside. The 4 dogs were friends of Caesar. Chris soon learned that Caesar often goes without a meal so that he can be sure the dogs have enough food to eat. According to Chris, the dogs appeared to be pretty well taken care of. They were clean, chubby, and they all looked happy. She could tell these animals were definitely loved by this poor homeless man. As the medication that the staff gave Caesar began to work, the staff began inviting them inside so that they could be with him. The staff had given Caesar a meal, which he went on to share with the dogs. While Caesar did eat some of his dinner, he was sure to save enough for each of the dogs. Chris watched them eating and she couldn't believe the kindness that she was witnessing. These dogs truly loved this man, and even though he had nothing to call his own, he still made sure the dogs were clean, fed, and cared for. When Caesar's treatment was complete and he was ready to go, he didn't leave on his own. The dogs who were patiently waiting for him followed. Chris couldn't believe her eyes. She had seen homeless people come into the hospital every day, and none of them had a group of friends as wonderful as Caesar's. Throughout the night, Chris took photos of the dogs and the way they stood vigil waiting for their sick caretaker. When she got home, she posted the pictures on Facebook and she added a caption telling the story. Part of her post read, "A simple person without luxury who depends on help to overcome hunger, the cold, the pain, the evils of the world, has by his side the best companions and the exchange is reciprocal." She mentioned that the man fed the dogs part of his meal, even though there was a chance that it would be his last balanced meal for quite a while. She ended her post by writing, "Seeing them like this, waiting at the door, just shows how much they are well cared for and loved. Oh, if everyone was like this, if there was no evil mistreatment." Shortly after she created the post, it went viral. People from all over the world heard about the story, and in only a few days the post was shared over 74,752 times. It received over 21,000 comments. One Facebook user said, "This shows how the least give the most." Another user wrote, "He was houseless but not homeless." A third user said, "Homeless folks generally take good care of their pets and sacrifice the little they have to provide." This is an incredible story. Most people look at a homeless person as a problem with society. Many people think the homeless are all drunks or drug users, or both. Caesar proves that's not true. He wasn't a drunk or an addict at all. He was simply a man who had fallen on some bad luck. Rather than wallowing in self-pity, though, he started taking care of others who were down on their luck. These dogs were strays without a way to find food. He says he helps his dogs as much as they help him. Looks like man is dog's best friend as well. Subscribe for more.